What is up, people of the internet? I've had quite a few people ask me, and more recently ask me, why don't you do reviews of video games? Because they notice that I'm always critiquing video games or complaining about them. I thought I'd make a whole video for this question because it's something that's actually a bigger problem than you might think. See, the reason I don't do reviews is because they're not just something anyone can do. You don't just play the game and all of a sudden you're the expert reviewer for that game. A lot goes into reviews and they take skill. They also take a lot of neutrality. You can't be biased towards a company like, say, Xbox, and so all the Xbox exclusives are going to get a high review. And this is what a lot of people don't think about, and this is why so many people do reviews, and they shouldn't, because they turn out like crap, or they turn out to be biased towards the company or the game. When you're a reviewer like this...
However, my greatest issue with Mankind Divided is its weak story. You see, it feels as if the stakes here are much, much lower. Now, yes, there's a new terrorist attack won, seemingly by an augmented rights group fed up with how the Augs are being treated, and soon Adam discovers signs of far more complicated web being weaved by some group behind the scenes, which involves politics, money, power, misdirection, and various sides of a very moral gray conflict between groups of people and interests. However, this revelation just feels minuscule in the grand scheme of things.
And when a review has that much detail, you can mostly put your trust into them and be sure that you're buying a good game. Not 100% of the time, but most of the time. But when people give you reviews that look like this...
Character looks stunningly lifelike, to say the least. Yeah, he played Iceman in the X-Men trilogy, or I think he was in a couple more after that. Now, graphically, you won't find a better looking game, I guarantee it. Remedy has really outdone themselves here. The character models are as true to life as you'll ever see, the environments are gorgeous, and I've never seen a game with this level of detail in my life. When using the powers, the physics going on in the game are absolutely something else to behold. But best of all, the frame rate holds steady no matter what type of action you're experiencing on the screen.
It's reviewers like that are biased towards a specific company that will mislead you into potentially buying a terrible or a broken game. And that's why I don't listen to him. His name's Crap Gamer Reviews. He's Xbox fanboy, hardcore, Xbox can't do anything wrong kind of guy. In the end, it's always your choice whether to buy the game or not, but when someone has a full, detailed review that can tell you a lot about the game, it makes choosing it a lot easier. And I think it's really important to wait and hear what the game has to offer and look at some of the gameplay and look at a full review before you end up buying it, so that we can ensure that we keep buying the best games that we can possibly get out of our developers. As most of you know, I do my thoughts on video games, and in those videos I'll usually tell you the pros and the cons of the game, and that's personal to me. But I can only go so far because I'm not that skilled at doing a review, and I don't add very many details. In fact, when I really, really like a game, this is pretty much all you'll get when I do a quote-unquote review of a game. It's amazing, as well as the way that the game plays. It has amazing gameplay on top of that, which is really hard to come by. Great graphics and great gameplay. Like, you can be stealthy in the game, which I like to play stealthy in games when I have the choice, but some people don't. In this game, you can play stealthy, but it doesn't make you feel like you have to play stealthy, and sometimes it throws you into the action on purpose. Plus, you get to look at Lara Croft's ass, so what's better than that, right? Also, a lot of times, if I didn't like the game or I absolutely hate the game, I won't even finish playing it, or sometimes I'll put it down right as I decide that I don't like playing it. And that's not something that Angry Joe does, or that Giant Mom does. Those are two of my favorite reviewers. I trust them a lot, and they'll play through a really, really bad game, all the way through to make sure that they get you all the details, all the way until the end. If you're not convinced already of why I don't do reviews, or you don't like what I've told you, take this for example. On the screen I'm playing Mortal Kombat X, and I just got this on a great deal for PC. I'm really liking the game, but in the story mode you have to play as Khan. And I really hate playing as Khan, and it's like 4 fights that they force you to play as him. And I was getting my ass kicked hardcore because I can't play as Khan, and I almost actually stopped playing the game story mode and just went to go play multiplayer. But I fought through and finally ended up getting to fight as Sub-Zero, who I really, really like a lot. And I'm not following this through and really keeping in the story a lot or anything like that. I'm just beating the shit out of people because that's what Mortal Kombat's all about anyways. So see, I couldn't really give you a full review of this. I would tell you to go buy it, but I wouldn't trust myself. I would hope you would go and look up some other gameplay, some other reviews before you bought it. Even though I think it's a great deal, that's just because I like Mortal Kombat, because I like to beat the shit out of people. Some people don't like that in the games. They like really, really detailed stories, which this actually does have a story. It's not extremely deep to what a lot of hardcore gamers like, but I know a lot of people like Mortal Kombat just because it's a fighting game. So yeah, those are the basic reasons why I don't do reviews. I have been watching some gameplay for Mafia 3 because I kind of thought that looked alright, and I watched 2 reviews and a couple hours of gameplay, and I think it looks really good, so I'm going to be picking that up. It's going to come out on the 7th, and when it comes out I'm going to have some gameplay, or I'm going to make some type of video out of it, not sure yet, but I'll have that up on my channel sometime after that, probably the 9th. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, keep an eye on my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and comment below who you think your favorite reviewer is, or who you go to watch the gameplay. Alright, thanks guys, I'll see you next time.